See, Ink, he makes a note.
Hey,
of
it's
what's
just
in it.
that if I die, we're all really fucked because I might then be possessed by a god. So
Mhm. So Sophia for sure. I'm again one to myself, and then I had a third one. So I was thinking Eris, but if not, yeah. So for now, I'll keep that as a top three. But I'm gonna give aid to a few others, so that's additional HP. I spent a few hours on this. I'm like, who should I give this to? Who should I give that to? And
Okay, I will still take it.
okay, cool.
Okay,
So
okay.
I'll put that Eris as well.
I'm getting a bit nervous, guys.
I mean, in case our Halo jump fails and the feather falls fail, at least a death ward would prevent us from dying or getting smushed. And that's my hope, at least. I don't know if a death ward works that way, but technically it should. But
Blue, can I ask a question?
Sure.
So one of the characters I'm playing is Nova. She's a wizard.
Mhm.
How do I change her prepared spells? I'm assuming I can change them.
Yeah, so you on the character sheet, you just right-click on the spell and then click prepare, and then those that are already prepared, right-click and unprepare them.
Is there a way on the main spell thing to see whether something is prepared? Because it just has all of them.
Oh,
Oh wait, never mind. I figured it out.
Yeah, it's the highlighted ones that are prepared, right? Thinking, I thought there was an easier way of like mass preparing it as well. I'm not sure if it's a DM only ability. Let's see. Yeah, so on the also for the mages, there should be the max number of how many prepared spells you can have, right? The bottom, yeah.
Yeah.
On a character sheet, if you click on the three dots, there should be a prepared spell mass toggler.
Wait, sorry. Where was this?
If you open your character sheet, right? And let me just.
Oh yeah.
The three dots on the top right, close to the X. Is there an option for prepared spell mass toggler on your side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
If you
is.
click on that, then you can select them there directly. So it's instead of right clicking, you can do a mass selection there, or check which
Thank you.
ones. Yeah. And then remember that because you have multiple character sheets, you guys can pop it out as new windows. Especially helpful if you have multiple screens.
I just
Or-
remembered that I have more characters now, and I haven't.
Or if you have it up, you can also double click on the name and it will minimize it inside the Foundry window.
Can I ask one more question, Blue?
Yeah.
About Nova specifically. Is her AC, the one that's listed, assuming I have mage armor on, or no?
That is assuming mage armor is on, yes.
Okay.
If it is not on, you can click on the AC, and I think you should be able to select it instead of clicking on mage armor. Just click on equipped armor, and that would lower it. I think.
Hey, Blue, can you remind me which characters I picked?
You tell me, Max. You tell me. It should be the characters that you are now only be able to see, because I think I removed your ownership for the on the other
I
ones.
still see a lot of them, but
Oh.
Max, you are skewer, and give me a second to find the next one.
I can confirm that looking at the permissions. Yeah, owner of skewer is Max, and for the smugglers, it might be an Eladin. Yeah, an Eladin, the other wizard.
You tell me what mercenary I am.
You are, I believe, shiny.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. That's an observer. Wait, didn't you stick with Grundolf? Yeah.
That's a smuggler.
Oh, you said mercenary. My bad. I think you're Yvonne, right? Yeah, you're Yvonne because you switched with Sarah. That's why Sarah's
Oh.
using Nova.
Okay, I didn't remember her name then. Okay.
Splinter Sphere, remember?
It doesn't sound familiar, but okay.
Yvonne's Splinter Sphere. Any other logistics?
I have a quick question, logistics about an active ability of rogues. Uh, uh, the Gnarl Toothhurt has nimble escape and cunning action. I don't know what the difference between the two. It sounds like exactly the same thing.
So I believe Nimble Escape allows you to use your bonus action as to hide. Actually, let me. This is Gnarl, right? So smugglers.
Yeah, it's his top two.
Nimble Escape. You can take this action as a bonus action. You can disengage and hide. Quick thinking. You can do bonus action. So cunning, yeah, I guess they are both the same. So nimble escape, I believe, is inherent as a goblin for a race, and cunning action is from a rogue.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah. Disengage, hide, disengage, hide.
Is 5e tools loading really slowly for you guys?
I do not have it up. Let me check. No, it's the same
Alright.
speed as before.
I
Yeah.
think it
same
finally
here.
came up here.
Anything else? Anything you guys want to talk out of character? Any technical issues?
I need
think
to
we're all
figure
just
out how to prepare spells for the wizard.
There you go.
We can leave the last hour as the session then. We've done shorter, right, Shoab? Just a lunch, less than an
Right.
hour.
Yep.
Get things moving.
Yeah.
And then as December rolls around, I'm pretty sure people will get a bit more busy. So this may be our last session. We'll see, unless you guys become available.
I mean, I'm down to keep meeting. The weekdays too, if possible. Weekdays night, like even a couple of hours, an hour and a half even. I'm good.
Well, I don't know if you want to break things down once things get started, though.
Yep, that's true. We don't want to do that.
It can get a bit confusing if you're in the middle of a battle and you wait one whole week. You're like, oh, what happened? Wow, so many serious faces I'm seeing. I should be typing my notes, but I can't think right now. So yes, we'll do it live. Darn it, we'll do it live. When are you flying back, Max? Or back as in
Monday.
not back here, but to your new place?
So, Monday afternoon,
Mhm.
getting in kind of late.
Okay.
Assuming my flight's on time. My flight to Boston was 5 hours late.
Ouch.
Fortunately, I knew before I went to the airport.
Okay, so you took your time.
Yeah,
5 hours late. Wow.
but it turned a afternoon flight into a red eye.
Oh, it wasn't an international flight, so you don't get any credit for that. If it were a flight to or from Europe, the airlines have to pay you. for anything more than 4 hours, I believe.
Oh.
I actually got a the return trip back for free when I visited Christine one time in Germany, because it was delayed for 6 hours, and I filed a complaint, and they paid that leg of the trip back, and also upgraded me. So it was nice. Let's do that again. I was in a hurry to head back to LA anyway. But you have to use the actual code of complaint, like it's an FAA rule or something, an international rule for agreement between EU and the US.
I wonder if that's a sort of more on the side of the EU than anything. It's like, no, we want these
Definitely.
people out of here. Get
Well,
them the heck out of here.
well, maybe not the reason, but it's definitely a policy that was driven by EU because they're more strict on consumer, I think, or airlines things.
No, yeah, but I mean, it's like literally, it's like because of it must be a law or something. It's like they've only been cleared to be here X amount of time.
Mhm.
So anytime beyond that, it's technically not. They shouldn't be allowed to be.
There are other rules around similar where I think that just reminds me of the other rule. I forgot all my other research because I have stopped flying, so I don't remember the rules anymore. But one cause of delays usually is that as well. Is it delays? Actually, now I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, never mind. I think my mind is just cross wiring information. I don't recall anymore.
Okay.
Yep. I can blame COVID now. Although I shouldn't play around with that topic. I shouldn't joke around with that. Unless it's the same thing where, because I'm Asian, I can make fun of Asian people. I don't know.
I don't think it is quite the same, but so how are you feeling?
Definitely way better. It's just no more fever, no more thing. I don't know. Well, except for the coughing, it still itches once in a while. Sometimes it still wakes me up at night. But thank goodness, no serious effects that I can tell. Although I can't tell if I'm sometimes feeling tired, but because maybe I'm just bored lately. I don't know. But other than that, feeling normal, more or less. And technically, the doctor gave me the clear signal like a few days ago, saying that it's been over 10 days and you have no fever more than 24 hours and coughing and the other symptoms are subsiding. So technically, I can go out now. But I told him, is it okay if I just stay over again one more week? He's like, yeah, that'll be more than enough over like what's required to go out. You should be certified to be okay now. Okay.
You need to get like a negative test or something? Or?
Nah, you don't need to get a secondary test because basically the test is just seeing if you have it currently while you have the symptoms. But after that, it could be false positives and whatnot. So they said it's just like, it's more of time based at this point. Once it recedes, once the fever is gone, your body's not fighting it anymore. You don't have to get tested unless you get the same, similar symptoms, and then you just test again if you're active. But yeah. I mean, it could have been worse. You guys saw me while I was sick because that was like the Sunday when I developed the symptoms. I was still functional at that point, but I was very tired. I was like sleeping most of the day, and I took Monday off and half of Tuesday. And that was before I knew it was COVID.
feel like I get pretty tired playing D&D, even under normal circumstances.
Now, usually after our D&D sessions, I'm awake thinking of like, oh, I forgot to mention this. Oh, I gotta put this in my notes, and then I never do. And then I make some excuses during the session saying I should write some notes down, and I'm not prepared. But that's the usual song and dance anyway. But last week or the last session we had, I was definitely like, after I shut down the machine, I was just like, didn't even go to my bed. I just went to the couch and just slept there.
Crazy.
Yeah. All right. Is everyone done preparing? Jeff looks so serious. Like, it's just staring at the screen.
I am reading.
Oh, you're reading.
Yeah.
Reading something for the campaign, or
Yeah,
reading something?
Pin Dimple and the other one. Yeah, Gnarl.
Pin Dimple, Gnarl, and Aris.
Tiny Squad.
I know. I was trying to figure out like what's a good name for that, but sure. And then you have I should have we should make your dragon a miniature dragon.
A baby dragon.
A wormling. Barely able to keep up with the others.
No, it keeps up. It just gets tired faster because it has to flap harder.
Max, you're all good?
Well, it's going to take me a while to read up on Annalidin's.
Well, I thought we printed out your JSON so that you could study those spells. You're telling me you didn't? Is that what you're telling me, Max? So you're telling me that this is not important to you enough? That, similar to like how the DM prepares or pretends to prepare, but he doesn't really prepare. So you made me export that for no reason at all? I don't hear a no. So I guess.
I had a lot to do.
I'm sorry. I forgot. You're the only busy person in this group. So yeah, okay, I understand that. I understand, especially since I was out sick. I had all the time in the world. I shouldn't be slacking off. Yeah.
Yeah, so you could have put it into a proper PDF.
I know, right? Yeah, I probably should have, and maybe even recorded them so that Max can just listen to it,
Exactly.
like an audiobook, and doesn't have to read and be very passive. Yeah, sorry, Max. Next time I'll have a better idea. Not being passive aggressive or anything at all. Yeah.
Man, you'd think you'd actually gone to work for a week.
What was that?
It sounds like you actually went to work for a week or something.
Most of the days, yeah.
Oh, you just work from home?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. We're not back in the office yet. But again, it's not a good excuse, but even thinking that it's just the flu, I just wanted to do something. It's just more for a routine now. I sit in front of a computer and in the morning just do some work. So.
It's weird because when I was actually out of work, when I was actually not working, and I was allowed to be at home because I had just been in the hospital or whatever, I got into a routine of like every single day I would do work, including Saturdays and Sundays. I'd get up and work just because, again, just something to do.
Yeah.
And now that I'm back at work, any time that I would get like that off, I kind of fritter it away on doing not work. So I'm not really sure what is up with that, but I apparently do the opposite of what I'm supposed to be doing.
Well, knowing that you do that, you could plan around it now. Right? I think. I hope. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm still getting the stuff done, but
yeah.
I don't know. I just want to sit here and play Creeper World.
I've been playing Super Auto Pets.
It sounds like a mobile game.
Oh, I think it could probably be a mobile game, but it's on Steam. It's free. You pick
Super
animals,
Auto
and they
Pets?
have you pick some animals. Animals have abilities, and then they go head to head, and then you win or you lose. Look at Jeff's face.
Like,
I'm watching a video now.
Super Auto Pets.
what was those? What were those things called back in the day?
Neopets.
Neopets.
Yeah, but think you get 5 of them, and then they fight in a line.
So Neopets meets Pokemon.
This is like Pusoi Dos, but like with pets.
Pusoi Dos is more like poker. This isn't really poker.
Or like no, what was the not Pusoi Dos? What was the one where like you have like line against line, 5 lines, and they go to head each time, like 5 different rounds.
Like cocaine?
No.
Oh
So,
my
like,
god.
you split the deck up in half, and then you create 5 hands each, and then you battle hands.
I mean, I don't.
So, am I thinking of a different one?
I mean, there is another game called Pusoi, which is kind of like poker, but it's like 5-5-3.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Because the card has 13. Divided by 4, right? And then you fight the bottom, the middle, and then the top 3.
That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, it's Pusoi. Yeah, but that is more like poker still, because the combinations is poker, right?
Right.
I mean, I guess you could consider the animals as the suits and whatever, because 3 of a kind becomes level 2 and whatever. Anyway, I just saw one of the streamers I follow play it, and it's a time killer. So
It is incredibly cute. I'm watching it right now.
sometimes you just like have to maul because like, oh, RNG, why did they get the bigger creatures and I didn't, and whatever, and it's like, oh well, that's for 20 minutes, so that's good. That's all I needed. Anyway. Sarah, you good?
Yeah,
You're still
I'm good.
okay. Shoaib, I know you're good, right? He's one of my best students, so he's always prepared. he has his notes, his separate binder. He brings an apple every session.
Oh man.
I'll remember that next time we have what was it, the PTA meetings.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Nilsson, you're good on your side too?
Yeah, I don't plan. I just do whatever.
All right. So Maxie, do tell me when you're ready, because it is 8:05. I mean, we may not even end up battling.
I mean, if we just kind of structure our session today that I don't have to do anything too complex with these new characters.
Well, you did have about a week to prepare, so that was the whole point of preparation and logistics last time. And you had how long was the flight, Max? And how long was the delay again? Oh, that was 5 hours delay plus the flight? And how long do you sleep? 8 hours? What? 6? Oh my goodness, this is so fun.
You don't have to go to the restroom, so really, that's just
What are you talking about?
many hours.
Even if you have to go to the restroom, you got a mobile device now, right?
I guess it's just not my preferred way of doing things.
Just don't drop it. Where is my notes? Nope. TOD, the battle. Oh, wait, it's already out there. Okay. And then air skill challenges versus the land skill challenges, which we're not going to be using. All right. No, I think I want this here. This one down here. The weather disappears.
Ooh, music.
Music. What? You're hearing
Wait, I don't
things.
hear it.
I,
Oh,
yeah.
now I do.
What? You guys are hearing things.
Soul knife.
Yeah.
Oh, it's, all right. So Max, are you set? Can we begin? We may not even make it to the skill challenges at this point. This is us just gathering for the weekend and just saying hi to each other, which I find no fault. I'm good with that too. Exactly, Shoaib, exactly.
Let's do this, man.
I need my glass of wine for the things that may happen or may not happen.
Blue, can I ask one more question?
Oh, okay, yeah, stole as much as you want.
Well, we're not doing anything right now. So Nova has acid arrows, but nothing to fire them with.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know. And she can use a quarter staff
Mhm.
and an ash. Oh, the quarter staff I guess is to cast things. No, it hits people. Can she use a bow and arrow?
I think she threw it on the floor last time, and that's why she doesn't have it anymore.
Wait. Let me double check. She does have 8, so that means she has used it. She has a
Yeah,
rod.
she had to switch weapons and decided to drop it so she could switch.
And
never
never picked it back up?
Correct.
Well, she is proficient with light crossbow, so we can give her a light crossbow and change those arrows into a bolt.
Perfect.
Do you want that? Let's do that.
Yes, please.
Blue, what are the arcane traditions? I can't find a list of them.
Hold on a second. Okay, there you go. And I will give you a set of 20 arrows or bolts, whatever, ammunition. It should be in your inventory, Nova.
Thank you. It is.
Neladin. You're talking about what's your question again?
Well, wizards get arcane traditions at a couple of different levels, and I can't find a list of what them, and I don't know which ones Anelidin has.
What is she? She is a School of Evocation. It's been a while since I looked at her thing.
Is the School of Avocation, is that the arcane tradition? And then
It's the. I'm just double checking if we're talking about the same thing. So wizards get to choose a school, kind of like the bards get to choose their college. Evocation is a school, so I'm just double checking if that is the same thing as what you're talking about. So
Okay.
the arcane tradition, is based on the school. So your choice grants the features. Yeah, so that's where you get the evocation savant and sculpt spells. So basically, it allows. So School of Evocation, blah blah. Second level allows you to copy evocation spells more cheaply, and sorry, that's the evocation savant. Sculpt spells, You can increase the number of your targets, I think. Evocation spell specifically. But yeah, it's so it is based on your schools.
Okay. The empowered evocation.
Uh-huh.
Is
You
that
use your
once
intelligence
per long
modifier to 1 damage roll. So basically, if you use if you cast a spell, if it's an evocation type of spell that does damage, you can add your intelligence modifier on top of it.
Is that every turn, or like once per long rest, or
No, for any evocation spell you cast.
just okay? It's just all the time.
Yep.
All right.
It should be passive.
I see that this person has Fey teleportation, which grant them Misty Step. I didn't see Misty Step in the spell book though.
Oh, she might have forgotten it.
Oh wait, never mind. I think I see it. It's second level. I think never mind. I think I see it. I thought it was a cantrip or something.
Oh, no, Mrs. Step can't be a cantrip. Okay. So now Lynn is quite distracted as she is perusing her book while everyone appears to be preparing for the battle to come, or actually pretty much ready. I did not actually give you guys your elemental ammunition, but if we end up in battle, I will add them then.
I don't think you gave us our healing stuff either.
Oh, because you may not need it.
We always need healing
One
potions.
shot KO. That's why.
I will provide it when you guys need it. So if you call for it, then we'll just start adding them. But,
Like magic, like literally out of the sky, high healing potions will come to us. Okay.
it will be raining healing potion.
Yes. Only on us.
I was about to say. It's like a Dark Souls. When you rest, everything resets.
Everything rests.
Everything rests, yes. Except for the bosses. Alright. Well,
that seems convenient. Let's do that.
you wanna do that? That means all the whole army basically gets a reset too.
Yeah, but are they dumb like in Dark Souls? Do they not remember that we were there?
I suppose, huh? You're right. Isn't there a movie like that with Tom Cruise? Day After Tomorrow or something?
Bunch of them. It might be that one. I don't remember the name of it.
The Tom Cruise one, oh fuck, it's not called Day After Tomorrow.
It's
That's,
not?
what the fuck is that called? It's the Groundhog Day one, but with sci-fi things.
Yeah.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow. I know there was something about tomorrow. It's a sci-fi, it's an action movie too, right? It's like...
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's also aliens.
There you go, yeah.
It's based off a manga.
Is it?
Really good. Yeah, it's really good. It's much better than the actual movie.
The movie
Oh,
was actually good though.
I don't remember. I thought I liked it, but I don't remember what happened in the movie. I know I saw it in the theaters.
Coming out of the theater, I think I was like, yeah, that was certainly a movie. But I don't remember it being bad, but certainly wasn't one I would
Memorable.
recommend.
I don't recall. I don't even know what they were fighting for.
Just to
It's
survive.
basically Starship Troopers. It's
And,
Starship Troopers meets Groundhog's Day.
and to be honest, I kind of forgot what happened in Starship Troopers. All I know is like,
Aliens.
I know, and they were like, shooting the big bugs and the hydralisks and whatever, but
And we're the bad guys.
yeah.
That's pretty much it.
But I don't recall how it ended.
Oh, you don't?
No. Did they win?
Doogie Howser captured a mastermind brain thingy. And the fight continues. I think that was pretty much how it ended.
Okay. Max, 43 minutes left.
Sorry, I've got a lot of spells to read.
Uh-huh, exactly. That's why you had a homework.
Alright. I also moved in this time, you know.
Uh-huh. Okay. You knew who you picked. You saw all the characters, right?
Yeah, that's why I picked like literally all the easiest characters. I knew I didn't have time, so
Okay, well, we can, like I said, we can take it as in character Aneldin being distracted, and it is the eve of the battle. And at this point, all the parties, the White Death, I forgot the other name, Silver Edge,
Swift Edge.
Swift Edge, and the Smugglers, which actually didn't get a name. Now that I realize it, they are a bunch of mercenaries, Morg's group, whatever.
Morg's group, I like it. By the way, can Eris get an inspiration point for remembering Swift Edge?
Wow, you guys are really desperate, aren't you?
I wonder why that is. Almost
I
like
take
someone
it.
has
You'll take what? You'll take what?
An inspiration? Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah.
Well, I didn't realize that my best student is now the DM.
Sorry. Just trying to get anything we can, man.
You may not even need it. Come on. It's all, it's all railroaded out, right? You guys will win because you're heroes. Heroes never die. Actually, no, legends never die.
Wow.
But sometimes you have to die to become a legend. Anyway, like I said, the party has gathered. The select party members have gathered. These are the people who have raised their hand, who have stepped forward before everyone else, who have decided to undertake perhaps the most important part of the upcoming battle. To give the Sword Coast, the people who live in Faerun, a chance to survive and stall or even stop the biggest threat perhaps that anyone here in this room has ever faced yet, or so far. And knowing the fact that, again, perhaps not everyone will be coming back. But behind you, you have the support of everyone else you have convinced to join the fight. And they will be, in their own rights, a distraction, so that you have the chance to infiltrate the temple and do whatever you need to do, or you want to do. But that's all they can afford you. This is just a chance. We shall see what happens. So on the eve of battle, provisions have been provided, perhaps the final provisions you will see. But the battle will occur this following day. So in preparation, Tyrell of the Silvery Moon have prepared all the teleportation circles. Armies have moved. Before you, garrisons have already been placed to kind of contain the Dragon's Cult, or the main army Dragon's Cult surrounding one part of the caldera. There's not enough to circle the whole caldera, but there is now a united front waiting. And all of the party members from all the three groups steps into the teleportation circle. Tyrell and his mage assistants cast the spell, and you find now yourselves back south, warmer than before. The trees seemingly familiar to the same type of trees that you saw in your travels. You are actually, let's put it in context, where in the map are you? let me pull you guys in back to the Sword Coast. Let's turn on the light.
Gosh, I've got 3 character sheets open, and I'm on a laptop, so I can't see the map at all.
Hold on a second.
Don't forget your dragon, so you should have 4.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Second, because it should be. There we go.
Holy crap, we're super south.
I will be, yeah. So I'm not gonna move your. Actually, let's move all your characters. You are now back to around.
Ooh,
Here.
damn. Screenshot time.
Close to the Sunset Mountains, east of El Turel, and northeast of where it pretty much began. Northeast of Greenest, you find yourselves close to the Darkhold, and back. Amidst the mountains is the Well of Dragons. And from here you can see, again, before you, the armies of Faerun preparing. Soldiers marching. Scouts flying ahead. Some magical creatures being sent out. Horses and cavalry moving. Siege engines from the dwarves slowly being pushed and pulled by large creatures of burden. And you hear different orders being shouted by different generals and military leaders. Along the way, you step up and you see before you different formations, flags being carried. People trying to motivate each other. It's almost as if they're preparing for a large battle to come. And a few miles ahead, you can see the mountainous areas of the Well of Dragons. And you can see it different from the other mountain peaks because around the area where the old volcano is, where the caldera is, it is now surrounded by thick clouds of gray, clouds of gray. And you can see sometimes a streak of lightning here and there, which is kind of interesting as everything else past the perimeter, closer towards you, it seems to be clear. There's definitely something magical, something mysterious happening in that area. And that is the area that you need to reach. And even from this distance, amidst the yelling of the military leaders, and you are trying to gather and prepare the very distance towards the Well of Dragons, the air carries something ominous as you start hearing boom, 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 as the war drums begins to awaken the land. It appears that around the Well of Dragons, the opposing army is now also preparing. Just as Remy has mentioned, once the enemy has perceived the teleportation circles being activated, they will now soon prepare. And in passing, some of the generals you hear exchange glances, looks over the party, recognizes White Death specifically. They nod, they bow, they keep on walking. And they march past you. Behind you, as the party gathers, you see some of the leaders that were present in the council. You see King Melandrak. with the elves behind him. He stops by and greets the party. He looks over to his side and without a word points to one side where the group, the Blade Singers, begin their preparation, and you see Kira leading them. He gives a side glance towards you and without even speaking gives you a solemn bow or nod and waves the rest of the party and moves on her own with the rest of the elves. You see Conrad in the distance, again, riding a large mount, and behind him, the might of the dwarves starts marching as they slowly move away from the teleportation circle, and that's where you see the siege engines being pulled in, crafted by dwarves. Heavy boulders being carried by large oxens. And Gelfin disappears in kind of the pressure. Looks around.
Did he join the Dragon Cult again?
And you wonder how exactly the Dragon Cult knew that the army was preparing. Now you know. Oh, and passively your perception realizes that he returns. Exactly where he went, no one really knew.
I've been here the whole time.
Maybe he turned into a monkey. Maybe he turned into a fly. Who knows? But he changed his mind. And in the very, not really front, but in the middle, on one of the large inclines or similar, acting as a platform, you see a group of the leaders. There's Laerial, older Raven Guard, stand over, watching over the army passing by. And you hear Older yell out a command and raises his hand. And the person beside him, who you recognize from the War Council as one of the older veterans, Sildar Allwinter, raises a flag and blows a horn. And everyone stops. The marching stops. And everyone, like, boom, hits their shield with their swords, hits the ground with their spears. And suddenly there's a quiet. And Ravengard looks at Laeral Silverhand, and she nods over to Ulder and says, "This is your command, Lord Ravengard." And he looks around, the mass formation around him, and you have, the party has a perfect view because you have kind of like the higher ground and you can see it. And you're kind of close enough that you guys can hear the conversation and they can hear yours. And Ulder gives the recognition to Laeral and addresses the group and addresses the formation. And he looks over and yells out, "Soldiers of the Sword Coast, free soldiers of Faerun, besides you stand your brothers and sisters of the Sword Coast, the united front against the Dragon Cult. We face before us a battle that will change the face of Toril. You march, and you will march in front of those who will be behind you. You are their shield. You will stand behind those who will march before you. They are your swords, and they are your spears. And for each one who will fall today, fear not. Pick up their blades Pick up their spears, pick up their shields, and keep marching on. March on, soldiers of Faerun. This is a fight for survival, our survival. Fight for your lives and the lives of those you hold dear. Fight in the name of your deity. Fight in the name of your faith, your oath, whatever you believe in, your families, and especially yourselves. For what will transpire here will define the lives that we lead. So fear not death, but death will come. And perhaps those who will die in battle will be remembered most, and perhaps be the most lucky of us all. But those who will survive will tell the tales of those who have fallen. For we are here all, heroes and legends to be. And everyone starts yelling. You hear the words from the Lord's Alliance. You hear other groups echoing, translating it in different languages as they pass on the words. And after Ravengard commences his speech, he looks over at the party and points. Here are the brave volunteers. These are the people who will give us the chance to become the legends we seek to be. Fight for them. For if they fail, we will fail. And if we fail them, everyone will also fail. March on. Fight the battle. Distract the enemy. Let them get through. And once they are in, we will get through and back them up. But we must all survive, or most of us must survive, in order that the rest of the Sword Coast has a chance to survive as well. Remember these faces. Look to your left and look to your right. Remember those as well. And tell the tales when you return to your families and friends. He looks over at White Death and whispers, kind of loudly. Any last words for the men, White Death?
I'm gonna look around if anyone wants to say anything. All right. Let's go fuck shit up!
And everyone just yells, yeah!
Fuck it up!
And as I say that, I also throw a cantrip of fire in the air, just like to add us a little bit. Yeah.
And you see on one side, mages from different regiments starts flaring up their, fireworks as well, and like cantrips, prestidigitation, etc. And you hear the dwarves yell out, "Keep on marching, men! We can't be in the back!" You see the elves running, making formations, cavalry going, and then from above you see the griffin cavalry from Waterdeep also fly and swoop down.
Wait, so Blue, are
Yeah.
we? I was kind of under the impression that our approach was going to be somewhat stealthy.
It will be, but you need a distraction so that the fighting will be somewhere else, because
Okay. So this is the main army, and then we're gonna go around the back.
yes, that's why she pointed specifically at you guys and saying that they will stall and distract the main forces of the army so that it'd be less risky. So that the enemy would think that the force of Faerun is the main threat. As the army starts marching to the east towards where the war drums you hear in the distance are sounding, Ravengon turns to you all and says, "Good luck. Everyone you see in this field relies on what you are about to do. Whether or not you're successful, we will continue our march, and those who will survive will attempt to reach the temple. Our hopes is that the distraction will be enough, that you guys can infiltrate, take the primary targets out, and hopefully open the gates from within. Do what you need to do. The most important thing is stop the summoning if we can, but if not, at least give us the chance to fight as well," he says with a small grin. "Any last questions? White Death, Swift Edge." "I hope you know what you need to do, but you made it this far. Until we meet again." He grabs one of his squires, hands him his helm, puts it on. You see the flaming fist on the side. Takes up his sword, grabs a horse being led, grabs the reins, gets on. "Good luck and Godspeed." And just right on cue, you suddenly feel the large wind around, a large gust of wind around you. As behind you, one by one, 5 adult dragons land, metallics. And one of them speaks. Actually, all of them bow towards White Death. "Lord Prothanter has sent us to lead you to the Well of Dragons. If you're ready, then mount up." So now Go ahead. Joel, you were going to say something?
I put one hand on Saphira's shoulder and one hand down on Eris's head, and I say, "Good luck. Like, I'll stand with you to the end." And I cast a Death Ward on both of them, and on myself. So that's 3 spell slots, and then I cast Aid on us 3 as well. So that's 5 HP. So your HP increases by 5 basically, and then I cast Aid on Gelfin, Hoke, and I need one more, so I'll do Morg, because I have no one else. So, basically everyone gets plus 5 HP.
So, increase your maximum HP to plus 5. Those who have been blessed by the Cleric of
Your
God.
max HP or the current HP?
Max.
Max and current.
So meaning that, yeah, exactly.
So if you have 30, it's 35 now for both max and current.
Yeah, so it means if you get hit, and then if you get healed, you can still get healed up to the 35.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm just gonna have to
should
try to
we
remember
use
what my
the plus
original HP was.
temporary thing here?
What was that?
Should we use the plus temporary?
No, it's not a temporary. It's is it temporary hit points? It's just it says max
No.
itself, right? Yeah,
Max,
yeah,
yes.
it's max.
Look, I'm actually gonna put it on.
Yeah, so actually update your character sheets with a plus 5 to your health.
For how long?
For 8 hours.
Well, how am I going to remember to change it back?
We'll have this recording.
I'm going to choose not
Okay.
to remember.
That works. I think we should do that.
I'm fine with that.
I'm gonna see if I can post it on there, but it doesn't work. Anyway. Death Ward also lasts for 8 hours.
Yeah. You can put it on chat. Call out the names of the list down the list. Put down the list of who you cast aid on the chat so that we have it in history.
Okay. Basically everyone.
And then I will ask while Valakos is doing so. I'll ask and then I'll say my recommendation. How do you want to spread out who's going on what dragon? And my recommendation would be your characters, smugglers, mercenaries, and White Death on the dragon that you control. But you can, to make it easier, or if you want to spread it out to specific, we'll have, you guys can decide. So basically 3 people per dragon. To make it easier.
I am kind of estimating that the in-game time is like more than an hour between now and when we're in like through the main fight. Because I have a buff to give to people, but it's only an hour long, and I'm thinking it might be better to do it later.
It probably is better to do it later, yes, because you don't know when you'll get there, but it's hopefully it's better than it's gonna be sooner than 8 hours from now.
I hope so.
But for anything that will only last less than 8 hours, I would suggest right before you think you need it to get the full benefit, assuming you survive to cast it.
I would say let's just go with your recommendation for the dragons. Otherwise, we're going to be here for another hour figuring out who goes on what.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. So then, each of you ride the dragons that you have chosen. And beside you, leading the dragon would be White Death, and behind you would be a member of Swift Edge and a volunteer from the Mercenary of Neverwinter, the Smugglers. And one by one, each of your dragons spread their wings, and with another gust of wind, you take rise. You rise, and rise, powerful wings beating beside you.
Have we distributed people so we have one featherfall person per dragon?
I don't think we have that many Featherfall people.
Remember that your dragons also have featherfalls. Some of them do. Maybe not the tank.
That's okay. One of my people has Featherfall.
I guess I'm assuming that the 3 characters I'm in control of are together on a dragon.
That is what we just talked about, Max.
Okay. Well, I have a featherfall for my group. If the rest of you are good, then it's fine.
Yeah? Okay. As your dragons fly, you now have a flight of metallic dragons leaving. First question. Originally, you guys have planned to be invisible. Is that still something you wish to do, or are you just flying as is?
I think we should still be invisible, even though
Oh, we're gonna be
Yeah,
invisible.
it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
you control that. Some of the dragons have invisibility and greater invisibility, but manage their spell slots.
I do not have that. Thor doesn't have it.
Did I take the brass dragon? Is that...
Yeah, I also forgot.
Oh my goodness, people. Okay, so adult dragons. The bronze dragon is controlled by Nilsson. The gold dragon, I believe, is Aris.
I have silver.
The brass dragon is controlled by Shoab.
Okay, cool.
Silver is Saphira, or Sarah. And copper is Max.
Okay.
Copper does have greater invisibility.
A brass does too. Brass can cast it. Oh, anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible. Ooh. I'ma like this.
But manage their spell slots.
I mean, a dragon doesn't need spells. It's a fucking dragon.
if we're fighting them, if they're on the other side, they need
Oh,
spell
so
slots.
invisibility lasts
Yeah,
for
that's
1 minute. Greater invisibility is a 1 minute duration.
Oh, okay. Then that's no bueno.
The flight of the dragon flight alone, unimpeded. The dragons will actually mention it. You would probably get to the main temple or the caldera to look for the ravine in probably between 15 and 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So we kind of got to time that to be like right as we get close.
I mean, if we feel like we're about to get spotted, maybe that's the time we do it.
What does the weather look like right now, too?
Clear where you guys are, but as you get closer to the caldera, you notice that there are storm clouds.
We should also maybe choose a flight path that obscures our final destination a bit, so that we can go invisible and then veer off towards the ravine.
And also just be higher, much
Yeah.
higher, I'd say.
You can only go so much higher, but yeah, you can attempt to do something like that. So,
Did you say that there were gray clouds in the sky?
closer to the as you
Closer.
get closer to the caldera.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
Do any of the dragons have like a sense ability?
What do you mean by that?
Like divine sense for paladins? Do any of the dragons have something like that?
No.
That can sense other dragons. Okay.
Not sense other dragons. And as you are having these conversations, you are still flying towards the caldera at this point. So you are planning along the way. The dragons are flying kind of close, but it is getting a bit difficult to communicate and yelling across each other.
Eris has message, so she can point to people.
Okay.
Have we told the dragons to kind of fly as high as practically possible here?
Sure. Yeah, we'll consider that you guys are doing so. And it's clear enough that you can see from below you. Let's say a few minutes have passed before you actually took flight, or you're circling around doing a holding pattern, right? As you are communicating, you can see from the distance that the armies, especially the front line on the cavalry, has already like moved further down the plains, and you can see them from the distance. The army of, I was gonna say Mordor, the army of the Dragon Cult are also now. The cavalry are now facing each other, and they're about to hit each other from the distance. The battle will begin very soon. So, we have 9 minutes before midnight on Max's end. We haven't even got into the skill checks yet. No.
I mean, is there anything else we gotta cover before the skill checks start?
Well, that's why I'm asking, like, what the conditions are with your plans. You're flying as high as possible. You're trying to go in, not actually beelining, but kind of like in a roundabout way. And rightfully so, because you can tell as you are flying high above, you can see that the army of the Dragon's Cult are now moving as a blob towards, again, the direction of the army of the Sword Coast. And the Sword Coast military is moving kind of like away from you, so that to distract them, and they're moving that direction.
Is there a sun in the sky right now?
It is, so the army, the fight is beginning here around 10:30 a.m. So the sun is rising in the east. So it's almost the top of you, maybe 15 degrees slightly east.
Okay.
Oh, we chose to fight in the daytime.
Yes. You do not have the luxury of waiting because the sacrifices have already begun.
Yeah.
Unless you do want to wait, that's also fine.
No.
It was
Just
like,
gotta go.
how many
Just go.
sacrifices would you like to allow them?
Yeah, I mean, you could always just wait for Tiamat to get summoned and then fight her outside the temple. That's also possible. Sorry, Valakoshob, you were saying something.
Yeah, no, like I was just saying that. Why I was asking that was that so when we are about to fly, let's try and keep the sun. Let's be. So imagine the sun and the. What do you call
Well, as you get closer to caldera, the sun won't make much of a difference because of the storm clouds.
And it's like right about. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to.
I mean, that
so
would
if-
work as you are approaching, perhaps. But again, the sun is rising obviously from the east, and the caldera is towards your east. You're heading towards east. Right?
Okay, cool.
So it's
Cool.
slightly above you. It's about 15 degrees above you.
Also, I would say as we're up at the top, like maybe the dragons fly stacked, so that from below it looks like one dragon, not 5
Okay.
dragons. Yeah.
Okay.
Eris, the mastermind. Like it.
All right. So you pass this message around. And as you're planning, again, you're still holding the pattern at this point. A few minutes have already passed. And from a distance, you suddenly hear boom, boom, as when the armies clash, you suddenly see explosions happening on one side, and large plumes of smoke from the distance, small from where your vantage point is, but you can just imagine how large these are. Aris, you recognize these as fireballs being exchanged from both sides of the army. At this point, the fight has begun, and you veer off to one side. Actually, let's change the mood. Let's go over here.
Oh shit!
What?
It's still day, but there's so much smoke. It's dark.
As large explosion starts hitting on one side, siege engines throwing trebuchets throwing rocks. You see the horses, generals pointing at one side and others. You fly from the distance. You can barely see the different composition of the armies, but you can definitely tell on the Dragon's Cult side there's like large giants basically either pushing boulders in front of them or dragging behind them large tree stumps, and they're still far back, but you can see some of the Faerun mages like throwing magical lightning and fire in the army, clearing the way so that the cavalry can rush forward as swooping down the griffin guards, and cavalry try to take pot shots at the front line of the army. That's way about a few miles away from you guys as you are veering kind of like southeast.
As we see that, do we see any dragons attacking on?
Not yet.
Oh shit!
Not yet. These are just the armies fighting so far. All right. So, I think we may only end up with the first. Okay, so let's just do this. As I mentioned the last meeting or the last session that we had, you have 3 stages of skill challenges to complete. Each skill challenges, you need to have 6 successes before 3 failures. If you end up with 3 failures per stage, that would mean there will be a fight, and we'll have to bring up a battle map to fight that scenario. 6 successes allows you to pass through each stage. You have to complete all 3 stages. Okay. The first stage is basically flying through to reach the caldera. This is basically avoiding the scouts and anyone looking at the sky. The second challenge is as you get to the caldera, you will also have to then avoid the eyes of the guards, any towers, patrols in the area. It's the second stage of avoiding the scouts. And if you pass that skill challenge, the last phase is finding the correct ravine. This is a caldera. There is a temple. You have to make sure that from the descriptions that they have said, this is, again, a skill challenge, that you find and jump off or land in the ravine that has the tunnel that leads into the temple, or at least the caverns that leads to the temple. Each skill challenge It will take your skills, similar to all the other skill challenges that we have faced before. Certain things, certain conditions. Again, 6 successes, right? Each test, we will roll initiative between all 5 of you, and you will go in order of that initiative. Each person can choose a skill from one of the characters that they have. Okay? And I will allow the usage of the same skill by the next person if they do so. But if they use the same skill, the DC will go up by 2. Okay? So you have to choose a different skill if you want.
That's within one test, right?
Yes.
When we get to another one, does it reset?
Yes. The next phase you reset. Okay? So depending on how long it takes, you may use all the skills, which increases the DC anyway. Okay? So manage that carefully. The other thing, because you do have 3 characters, you can't use the same character the next time the initiative gets to you. You have to choose someone else. Okay? Depending on the skill that you use, it could be an easy, a moderate, or a hard DC. For each skill that we test, a success can decrease the next DC. I will not tell you that, but I will just say if it's a success, I have some conditions that you may not see. A failure can also increase the DC, however. It could also, whoever is doing the skill challenge, it can also add exhaustion depending on the skill. So be very careful. Or it can increase it dramatically depending, again, on the situation. You will have to tell me what you're doing. And I have certain things that I have thinking that, predetermined ideas that I think you will be using, and therefore I have some conditions if it meets that. But you can surprise me, and those have rewards as well. Okay? So,
Can the dragon also do this?
I will allow the dragon to do so if it makes sense that the dragon does it. Okay?
Cool.
Or it could be the person riding on the dragon instructing the dragon how to do things, but it would be the rider then who will do that skill. For each person, if it's your turn, whatever you do is what everyone else follows. Right? So that's kind of like how we narrate it or put it in a narrative form. So, if there are no other questions, a couple of other bookkeeping things. Sorry, I forgot to pull that from my notes. Battle descriptions. Skill challenges. Okay. Okay. Other conditions for this specific skill challenges, and I think how I'll be doing the skill challenges going forward. You can, if you wish to do so, use a resource that takes a long rest, kind of like your spell slots, for instance, right? It says like, I will cast a spell while I'm doing this skill. You may do so, and I will, if it makes sense, I will grant advantage to that particular roll. Okay, because you are actually using a resource, okay? A long rest resource. If it makes sense, a short rest resource, similar to kind of like, if, for instance, a druid's wild shape is a short rest resource, right? Instead of advantage, I will lower the DC if it makes sense. Because again, you're using resource, so I want to make sure that it's a fair exchange. Okay?
Can Eris use bend luck?
You can use that as
It's a
sorcery
reaction.
point.
As sorcery points, I expect, yeah.
Sorcery point is a long rest resource, right? Then that will give you an advantage to that particular check.
Awesome, thank you.
And I think those are... Yes, I think those are the rules I have for the skill challenges. Any final questions? Okay. Max, how are you on time? It is midnight.
I probably should not keep going too long. I have to make sure I can get up in the morning.
Yeah. So, what do you guys want to do? We are at the crossroads. I have explained the situation. We have narrated the description of the events. You are now heading towards the caldera. Lives are being lost below you as they are violently fighting and distracting the army. You are on your way in, and hopefully you can avoid detection. Do you want to continue a few challenges, or do you want to pick up all the challenges and complete the phases the next time we meet?
I kind of think we should just start the challenges next time.
Yes, let's make everybody dread the next time.
Each day that passes before we meet, another battalion falls.
No.
Okay, well, is that a consensus?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
Do you guys want to try a weeknight? I think if things go to plan, I think I could do Thursday. I think I'm supposed to have my internet delivered on Thursday.
Oh, I thought you had it. I thought you had it on Sunday.
No.
They didn't deliver.
They did not I called them to sign up, and they're like, "All right, we have to schedule," and then it's like, "Oh, the scheduling is going to be a couple days out," and then it's like, "Oh, it's in your vacation, so we can't do it then," and then it gets pushed back, and they have to reschedule again. So I think it's Thursday right now.
Well, if it's you think it's Thursday, then I guess we can't really guarantee it, now can we?
That's when the appointment is for the AT&T technician to deliver the fiber.
Well, let me put it this way. I believe I am free most nights. It really is dependent upon the group. When you guys are available, all are available. Otherwise, we'll just say that one dragon got lost.
Roll for which dragon, right? Oh my god.
Well, the dragon that cannot make it that week, which is one of the reasons why I recommended you have your characters as a group instead of separated.
Interesting.
I mean, 5 or less, it doesn't really matter. The skill challenges won't change. You still have to get 6 successes.
Yeah, no, look, I'm also free. Look, most nights, like after 7, yeah, like the kids will be in bed, so look, I'm good.
We can play it by ear until Max is available with the internet. And
Yeah, because weeknights are difficult.
Well, if we can't do Thursday, Friday might be possible. I'm probably planning to drive down to LA on Saturday, which probably doesn't prevent me playing Friday.
I was
But
gonna say,
I
if we could at least meet for like an hour and a half, just do the skill challenges, and then meet again later in the week to whatever comes after that.
Like, even if we have to do it in smaller chunks, like, as long as we do it, I'm happy.
Up to you guys.
Yeah, same here. I'm come down for that. Smaller chunks.
Yeah, I like smaller chunks idea. So, but the first smaller chunk could potentially happen on Thursday. It sounds like.
We might finish all the skill challenges if everyone rolls quickly enough, right? It may not take an hour. It's really just a description, but it will take longer if you do fail, because then we have to fight.
It sounds to me like we should front load our highest modifiers. Get the power players out in the first rounds.
It all depends on their initiative.
Yes, it will be the initiative order. Well,
But it's
actually, you know what? Yeah,
initiative.
initiative.
Group of characters.
I was gonna say it actually doesn't really matter as much because, yeah, it's the initiative out of the 5 of you guys, but you can select which character you want to use when it comes to your
Someone
initiative.
should have a good skill, in theory.
Yeah? Okay. With that said, any questions, concerns, thoughts? The battle has begun. Before this day ends, at least in the world, before this the day of the world ends, let's see how many remain standing.
Yeah, Blue, how much advantage do we get if one of our characters decides to, like, kamikaze, just commit suicide on one of these checks?
What do you mean?
Well, like, what if you wanted to just burn one of the lesser characters?
Bro, no.
No, but no. I was gonna say it depends. I go by narrative. If it makes sense, and if it is a worthy sacrifice, and it makes sense that the sacrifice would work, maybe you can sacrifice one so that the others can escape. That is a valid option.
And the dragon goes, I can't fly too fast, too many on me, and Hogue just elbows one of them.
It may count as one success. Again, if it makes sense, right? If you're being chased, and one says, maybe more heroically, saying, "Fly, you fools," and he jumps forwards. and distracts the thing, and however that's narratively may give you some distance and disappear if you get discovered. That's a success. I'll consider that a success, an automatic success even. At least for that challenge, you still need 5. But that's why you have people.
We have how many expendable characters?
They're not
Zero expendable. Just
By the time you get to the temple, there stands Saphira, the only person with a death word left standing.
He was like, yo, ball, hello? What help?
Oh boy! And I forgot. And also Gelfin, who decides to join the dragon cult again because they're the winning side now.
That would make sense. There she is. Get her.
So.
My class of dating away.
Yeah. You are attuned to the gate of class of gating, yes?
I am.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah, I am. I mean, I told him it's gonna be dangerous, but I also told him he could teleport to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also a little worried about whatever it is you're doing right now, but okay.
I always do this, whatever I'm doing. All right.
Sitting there thinking.
Okay. Well, then, until next time. Whew, gives you more time to prepare. Yeah. All right. I'll recap the rules of engagement again for the skill challenges when next time we meet, so that it's fresh as far as like what conditionals gives you advantage and what roles. But yeah, 6 options, 6 fields, random entrance. Okay. Pass the scouts. Pass the guards. And make sure you find the ravine. Any other questions? Max, you can drop off at any time, by the way. You don't have to wait for everyone to drop if you need to. Sorry, go ahead.
A question. I was just reading. I didn't think to look at the biography of the dragon, but I forgot they can shapeshift, right?
Not these ones. These are adults. They're not ancient
Okay.
yet, so I didn't give them shapeshifting.
Okay. Never
Yeah.
mind.
But
Question about using the dragon's abilities for like a skill challenge. Like, would it make sense if like we're looking for the ravine, for example, for Saphira to say to the dragon, "Can you help us find the ravine?" And like the dragon rolls perception to find the ravine.
If it's the dragon skill you want to use and you haven't used the dragon before, right? Then yeah, you would use the dragon to do that instead, and re-roll it. But again, yeah, you can't use the same character that you used prior unless you have to cycle through your 3 characters, right?
Right, but that's per single challenge, right?
Per phase.
Right, yeah, like
Yeah,
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. So like when the initiative goes to you first, you get to select the 3. If the initiative rolls back to you, then you select between the 2 you haven't used yet, right? And then third, and then once you get the third one, then you have to use the other 2, etc., etc. So it's kind of like a baseball inning, basically.
Wait, just making sure it's including the dragon as part.
It's
of it.
including the dragon, yeah.
So that's 4 altogether.
They
I'm
just
sorry,
have more
I'm sorry
limited
for.
things they can do.
Mm-hmm. Anything else? Any other questions to prepare? We'll see how it works. This is slightly a complicated skill challenge, to be honest, because there are multiple. Do you guys want to roll initiative right now?
I mean, I'm down.
Sure, that'll help actually in planning.
Do we roll initiative as our main characters? Who do we roll it as?
Because this initiative is really just an order, it's really just a d20 and we go highest to lowest.
Okay, so just a straight.
Yeah, because you're not rolling against anyone. It's just a roll of like who's gonna go first.
I already closed it. Can you roll for me, Blue?
You have someone else can roll.
Holy
Oh
shit.
wow! I guess Jeff will be leading the way.
Nice.
I got a nat 20, Max.
Okay, someone do max. Do a roll 1d20.
Did mine roll? I think it's frozen.
Yes,
for
you
me.
have a 17.
Okay.
Max is
11. Okay. So I'm just gonna write it down on my separate sheet. So Jeff, then Sarah, then Gelfin or Nilsson. Sorry, roll a d20. Oh.
Nice.
This dragon's too fast.
So we have Jeff, then Nilsson, then Sarah, then Max, and finally Shoaib at the back. Again.
Could I possibly, if for some reason it comes back, it is gonna come back around to me no matter what.
Yes.
Success or failure. Could
Yeah.
I possibly choose to not take a turn and pass it to the
No,
next person?
you have to take the turn.
Have to take. Got it.
Yeah. And you can skip if you want to just take a fail.
No. That's good. No.
No, you have to. That's why we have to put it in order. I just want to make sure that everyone gets a chance to do something. But at the same time, I want everyone to have an equal chance of doing something, which includes not skipping, to basically be accountable to an action.
Accountable.
This is a shared success and failure event. So I want to make sure that it's there is a price to what we're doing to make it count. And you also feel the tension. I don't want to say, oh, I don't have any useful skills, I'll skip. No, I want you to make the hard decisions as well as the easy decisions, saying that, oh, I have this high skill. But you have to make sure that it fits.
So my dragon has a plus 12 perception. How are you guys for dragon skills?
Most of the dragons are pretty much equal, I believe, in the stats, because they're the basic stats. I didn't adjust them.
But the dragon we can only use once each.
Yeah, well, until the third,
Yeah.
time it goes back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the dragons is most likely the higher stats will be your trump cards if you really want to succeed a particular challenge. So that's why save them if you can.
Should I do the first roll?
That's fucking big. Oh my god.
That's like the D&D version of just the tip, yo.
But if we play the powerful players first, maybe we make the successes easier later by having.
Perhaps. But like I
extra
mentioned, each skill and challenge, depending on your narrative as well as the condition, can be easy, medium, or hard, which has their own different DCs, right? And depending on the narrative as well, again, the effects of the event also affects the next challenge. Perhaps we'll see. So it may work if you luckily, is it luck? I don't know. If you end up all getting the easy skills or selecting the easy skills, and you use your trump cards, perhaps not the best, right? But yeah, it will depend. You can do whatever strategy you want. And again, the skill challenges may end up easier than what we all think, and in just 30 minutes or less, you guys will find your way inside the temple in the caldera, or not. Well, I don't know how long this will take.
I don't know. Maybe we want to fail some skill checks so we can do some aerial battle.
Yes, and use all your resources.
Hulk has a death wish.
Remember, you have no time to make long rests. This whole day, you'll be using whatever resource you have. Spend them your own risk. Save them if you wish, but also don't hold on too much to the detriment of the mission. Use it when you think you really have to use it. So, because you never know when you need all the resources.
Does elixir exist in this world?
Does the what?
Elixir
Which elixir?
restores all of your MP.
Here's something I found on the web.
What? Shut up.
One potion restores all MP. Did that answer your question?
Yes, that answered my question. Thank you.
Thanks for your feedback.
Wow, is Siri backseating my campaign?
Apparently.
I couldn't hear what was happening there, but
It answered Nilsson's question about the elixir. Siri answered. Is it Siri or Amazon?
It is the Amazon one.
Oh, it's the Amazon one. I thought it was Siri. Okay. Sorry, Siri. I didn't mean that. Alexa. It was Alexa.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Anything else? Jovi's still like, I want to roll.
Roll to
Well,
see if you
awaited
begin immediately.
Unfortunately, Shoaib, you're the last one in the initiative. and you're muted, by the way. If you were the first initiative, maybe the party would allow you to do so. But yeah, it's no one's fault except Max. That's.
Just the tip, Max?
Come on, Max. Come on. Just the one.
Oh my goodness, addicts. We're surrounded by
Okay,
addicts.
I'm already pretty tired here.
Oh wow! So you know what? This just proves that Max is not into D&D. If he is using his health and his plans, ahead of playing the campaign.
Hulk is your family. I need you. There might be sacrifice already. You never know.
That's okay. Like I said, each day, one battalion. By the time you guys finish, maybe only older Raven Guard will open the door.
You motherfucker. It took you so long.
Oh. Alright. Max is standing up and preparing to leave. Any questions from I keep asking from anyone else? You guys feeling the tension? Because I am.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You're the one who's making the tension, so you know what?
And it doesn't help that we're doing it in such small increments at a time. I just want to get it over with and just see whether or not this is successful or a failure on my end.
That's why I'm saying just one. I mean, at least so we know how it will go, so that we can plan for it.
That's what initiative was supposed to be.
And like Max said, he already quit the foundry, so he's no longer.
No,
online.
that's
So we'll just play without him, you know. Yes.
yes. Let's do it.
Just somebody else DM the situation, and then we'll roll.
Yeah. I mean, if Max agrees to that, yeah, you guys can do that too. Someone can proxy. It's just a roll. This is just a die roll, right? And then when Max returns, okay, so by the way, Max, you know your dragon and everyone riding on it? You know, remember your idea about sacrificing one at a time?
3 people got sacrificed for some weird reason.
It was a good idea. We made it.
Everybody but your characters.
All right. Okay, then. I guess if no one else has anything, we can close the session.
Cool.
If this works out well, I don't know how we're gonna do the Age of Worms, because then, like, you know, well, what can top this? How am I gonna do everything else? There's no army. Or is there? Or is there? Anyway,
I mean, not everything has to be a giant
I know
battle.
it's not, but
Maybe it's more personal. It could be small scale, but like hurt more. No, I didn't. Ignore that. Ignore
Nah.
that. I didn't make that suggestion.
I'm just saying that maybe that is the plan.
Or maybe by the time that we end Age of Worms, we'll be level 11. That'll be exciting.
No, you're definitely gonna level up. If anyone who survives this battle will continue on and level up. Obviously, this is a very big undertaking. So
Anyone who survives.
yes, anyone who survives will level up, because then you would be passing on to the next tier of play.
I forget what it is. There's some bard thing that gets more powerful at 11.
Oh, Hulk, you gotta survive first, man. And if you can't do the homework for a wizard, I don't know if you can do the homework for your level 11, you know, so. I'm such a petty person, but whatever.
At least you recognize it.
Oh yeah, I'm very quite self-aware.
We weren't even supposed to
Very
be
quite self-aware.
Very quite.
Very quite. Very and quite. We weren't supposed to what? Who said what?
I said we weren't even supposed to be playing tonight.
Oh, I don't know about you. Maybe you weren't.
It was just because no one said anything after them. we could have.
I made a suggestion. Nobody responded.
The sushi said it all. What else can you know, once the sushi has spoken, there's nothing else to, you know, it's just sushi at that point, right? But yeah, there you go. All right, so Maxi will let us know by Thursday or before Thursday if your appointment is successful, and then put it on Facebook, and then everyone will say what day they're available. But obviously we
Like,
have
we'll
to.
say anything. Blue will message, "Hey, I'm on the Discord half an hour after it's supposed to start." You know, it's chill.
Well, I see Max has already put sushi, so does that mean that for sure?
The sushi says it all, Blue.
I know. That's why I'm confirming that your sushi
So
confirmed.
we'll be back tomorrow.
If you guys want to play tomorrow, you let me know. You are muted again, Shalib.
No,
But
I don't know.
Look, I'm good tomorrow.
anytime tomorrow, morning, noon, or night.
I
You let
have
me know.
roughly the same time constraints tomorrow, but maybe a little worse because I'm flying on Monday.
Morning?
I can do morning.
Not
I actually
Monday
have
morning exactly, but I do have to drive 2 hours to the airport.
I'll let you guys decide and just let me know on Facebook when you guys are available.
on the metaverse.
Or just put it on Discord.
Stupid meta.
All right. Well, it sounds like it's probably not gonna happen tomorrow. But in the off chance it does, then yeah, just post it there, and hopefully I see it, and hopefully I don't have any plans. But for most part, I probably won't.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, maybe you can open up the server tomorrow and I can spend more time reading about my wizard.
I could do that. Just let me know when you need it open. Like, give me a time frame, and I'll just leave it on. I was hoping one of you guys make your own speech, by the way, because I just made up my own speech.
Oak has a speech prepared, actually.
Oh, then
But,
why did you not speak?
Because he's saving his motivational speech for because he's like...
Okay, that's totally fine too. That's totally fine.
I was considering just making a Lord of the Rings speech, and I was like, no, it's okay.
You could do
it
so.
might-
I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to play your character and just have a voice, you know.
Might have made more sense for him to do it then, but it was also like someone else just gave a big speech, and Hope's like, oh, I don't want to be like showing off. The
Doesn't
dude who
matter.
just did the big speech. And also, Max, the deliverer of the speech, is feeling tired because I don't know if I can deliver his speech.
But that's fine. You know, your characters are tired too. This is the beginning of like a long journey, and
Well, Hope will try to deliver his speech later on because
okay.
he's
I hope that you have an audience to deliver the speech to.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He's gonna be whispering it in a tunnel. It's like,
Yes. I want to give you guys, you know, your own heroic spotlight so that everyone can recognize White Death as the heroes coming forward.
I thought Arish's fire and curses was pretty inspired, so
That was pretty dope.
It was pretty dope. People, you know,
people responded.
people responded. Yeah,
Pure emotion.
which probably like, you know, the fire in the air kind of like hastened the other armies. Just, oh, we gotta hurry! They're firing. And that's why they start moving too. Yeah. And some silly mages spent their spell slot an actual fireball up and like, oh shoot!
Hold your fire!
I need a
Literally.
general. I need a long rest. I kind of spent my spell slot back there. Kind of got caught in the moment. I'm just saying though, Max, it's 30 past midnight. We could have rolled for the first phase.
We could have had more of a dip.
Oh my god.
alright, guys.
Max, we're gonna make you feel shitty, man. So, you know.
Bye.
Okay, good night, Max.
See ya, man.
I'm so bad. I'm so evil.
Were you wrong, though? You were not wrong.
No. But again, that's why I want to give you guys the collective voice, because you guys are the regulars, right? So your voice, you know.
Yeah, like I mean, like I didn't wanna, because he really wanted to go, so I didn't wanna say that. No, you should. No, we still wanna go.
But you said that anyway, so that's also fine.
I mean, I did after like 15 minutes of like holding back. Like, oh, screw it! I'm just gonna say it one more.
Well, also because he kept staying on for his own.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, as a person who's stayed over like 2 hours after he really should have gone to bed a couple of times, I know that sometimes you just tend to go with it, and you realize too late that it's way late.
Yeah, and you ended up not regretting it anyway, right?
And then I hated you for like 3 days or so, and then I was okay again.
And yet you keep coming back.
Yeah, because you forget, and then you go, yeah, I guess I should go in and make sure my character doesn't get killed off.
Well, maybe once you guys get there, you once you finally get in the temple and you see the summoning ritual there, and you end up seeing that there's already a battle occurring in there, and you see Bernhardt just like fighting everyone, you know, in the temple, you know, somehow made it there alone. You know, you never know, right?
Oh, it's all that killing. Got him to level 20.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm thinking like if you guys are okay with it, maybe some time like maybe on a weekend when everyone's available, of course. Maybe you could do like a very long session. Maybe you could start early morning like we used to, and then go like late. I'm down. I
Yeah.
mean, especially for a final battle kind of thing.
If it's gonna be that, we definitely need like multiple breaks throughout the day, of course. But
Yeah.
I'm down for that. If people can do it.
Also, when you are fully healed, perhaps an in-person.
I thought that's what
Oh,
Shoaib
is that what
actually
you were
meant.
suggesting?
I'm down.
Okay.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like in person or online. Yeah, yeah. I'm like in person too would be great.
I don't know if it's gonna be fully healed. I'll just be coughing, but we can do that starting this weekend if you want. I'll just put it there. I will make time because I want to see this climactic part. See, like write it and see again what I need to change going forward, if any. I want to get it over with.
Yeah, I mean for the final, for sure I can be in person, but after that maybe not in person, but I can still be remote, of course. But yeah, for the final one, yeah, it'll be cool.
Shoaib gets one major day spent away from home. He can't use the same excuse back to back. Yeah. Gotta be a special event.
Yeah, I mean, like, if it was just like
Okay, fine then. So Christmas Day, Shoaib.
Christmas. No, yeah, I mean, see, like if it was just me and Hafsa, then it would be fine. But with the kids, yeah.
No. That's why Christmas Day. I'm testing your dedication to the art.
Christmas Day, Christmas. I mean, see, I mean, I don't really celebrate Christmas as much, so for me, it kind of would be fine. But still, then no. I mean, like my kids celebrate it, so that's also I can't miss it.
But now your kids understand the concept of D&D, so they know. Oh, Dad enjoys this, so maybe we should just. It's okay.
Yeah, no, they are addicts. They have got it in the heads. Now they know what a D20 is, so they were oh my god, this is crazy. This morning, like I woke up super early because my wife had to go somewhere, so I was watching the kids and I was so tired, so I was just laying down. I said just like read a few books, and so they just going through their books, and then suddenly the small one is like, Dad, D20. I'm like, what? And she's like, look, there's a D20 in this book, and there's an actual like a drawing of a D20 dice in one of her like storybooks. And I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. And she knew what it was as soon as she saw it. She's like, Dad, that's a D20. I'm like, you're a 3-year-old. Like, you're not. Well, no, you aren't supposed to know what a D20 is.
Before that, they just knew them as simple polyhedrals.
Wait, you did a session with them, right?
6.
6? How are they doing?
Good. They want one every night, but I said I can't. But yeah, no, they're good, man. They're like they want to talk to the people, they want to interact with them, they play out the roles, and when I say, all right, so you two are going with Mrs. Rabbit to this farm, and then they're like, da-dum, 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 they're walking and they're playing it out. I'm like, whoa, okay. I guess I need to slow down my explanation and
Well, Shoaib, I want you to do the same thing, or everyone now, to like when you say like, oh, I'm gonna travel somewhere, I want you to stand up and so.
Shoaib, you're an awesome dad. Yeah.
No.
I would have been awesome to have it as a kid. Oh my god.
Oh, that's hilarious. I mean, like, you don't want to see me on the other 23 hours of the day. I'm like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. No.
You need both.
That's true. True that. But anyway, no, they're good, and they have their own like dice. So they are, they hold their own like a dice in their own pouch, and then I like reward them coins, or not me, like all of the other NPCs that reward them with a coin for every quest. So they're collecting those.
But you should tell them the story about like lessons learned applying to real life. the little one like cleaning up the place so that.
Oh my God, yes, yes. So like I went over to Blues, like a little, like last week or something, and then I was just explaining it. I mean, telling him how they're doing it. So, like, I gave one of them, I think it was the older one, who at one point so the very first quest or task was basically helping a sick Mrs. Rabbit pick up carrots from her farm. So they had like 20 carrots, and the younger one only picked. I mean, she picked maybe one less or two less, than the older one. So the older one was like, you know what? I'm not gonna go pick the last one up. She gonna go pick it up. And then I was like, you know what? An inspiration dice for you. And then she's like, what is an inspiration die? And then I'm like, an inspiration die is actually called an inspiration die, my dear. But this is what it is. So I explained it to her. And after that, both of them, the next day, and before I even tell you what, they don't clean up their playroom. So the next day, the little one goes and comes to me and says, Dad, I'm gonna clean up the playroom because I don't want you to tell me that, clean up the playroom. And then she was like pretending to be me. She's like, I'm like, okay, and I just ignored because I think she's just making it up. But then I just hear sounds of things being plucked and stuff. And then 10 minutes later, she comes to me and she's like, Dad, can I get an inspiration die? I'm like, why? Come. I'm like, okay. And then she shows me the playroom. It's sparkling clean. And she, like the little one, she hates cleaning up. And she herself cleaned the entire playroom. And she's like, can I have my inspiration die? I'm like, hell yeah, you get an inspiration die. You get an inspiration die. So like
That is so sweet.
I know it was crazy. And then like I told my wife, I'm like, you know what? If you ever want them to do anything, tell them that Dad will give you an inspiration dice if you get that done.
That is amazing.
Now imagine they grow up a little older and they become murder hobos. Dad, can I kill this people?
I mean, I hope not. But, if that happens, I'll have to.
They are picking carrots, Blue. Calm down.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't there a villain already? You created a new villain?
Not really
yet?
a villain, but yeah, kind of a villain. I mean, kind of like a returning.
A recurring.
Character. So,
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sorry, like a recurring one. So first was picking carrots. Second was
The chickens.
catching chickens. Yes. So like a few chickens escaped the coop. The little coop, and so they had to go and catch them. But the last one was a big one. So they were like, oh, what is its name? They want names for everything. So I said it's a Gulu, the big fat chicken. And then like my older one, of course, said, Dad, you're not supposed to say fat. I'm like, I'm sorry. Okay. But anyway, that's another topic entirely.
You're not supposed to shame the chickens for their fatness.
Yes.
The hormones
But
get injected.
Yeah. But anyway, that chicken, they loved it so much because they were catching all of the other ones with the net, which Mrs. Rabbit had like given them, but he was too big that he broke the net. So now they're like, oh my God, how are we going to catch him? I'm like, you tell me. And they're like, what? We're going to jump on him. I'm like, okay, jump. So like I had them like roll a dice, like, and then like made the DC really high and whatnot. But eventually like, they catch him. But in 2 sessions later, they were asking, hey, where is this guy? I'm like, he's still in the coop. Oh, I want to go say hi to him. I'm like, whoa, oh, okay. So it's like they are being interactive, they're like considering it's
They're
an actual
remembering
world.
things, yeah.
Yeah, of course, like, they're remembering things too, yeah. But they want to interact, like they want to go see things, and I'm like, oh, okay, I thought they just want to pick some carrots, but I guess not. Okay, so like I have them like do stuff, but no, man, they're more mature about it than I think I am. And now we have a Mrs. Rabbit, we have a Mr. Lazy Bear, and then and for some reason they wanted to meet Mr. Lazy Bear's sister. I'm like, okay. And then I had to come up with a name. I'm like, Miss Active Bear, the opposite. And So yeah, it just like
So-
random. I know it's stupid, but
No,
Did
it's
you
awesome.
tell them that they had a sister, or did they say?
I didn't. I
Oh,
didn't.
okay.
So they were like, so at the end of like a one session, I'm like, okay, and here we will end today's session, and they say, no, not yet, not yet. I want to go talk to Mr. Lazy Bear. I'm like, okay, sure, okay, we'll continue for another 5 minutes. And so they go into the village. They knock on Mr. Lazy Bear's door, and then of course, like Mr. Lazy Bear takes about 5 minutes to open the door. When he opens the door, they're like, "How are you?" He said, "I'm good." Do you have family? He says, "I have a sister." Where's your sister? I'm like, holy crap, I don't know. She's not here. Oh, she's in the other village. And they're like, oh, but oh wait, I think I see a bear coming. I'm like, no, you don't see a bear. And then so I had to improvise. I'm like, okay, there's a bear coming, and she is a sister, and blah blah blah. And so,
You have to do full improv, yes and with them. Yeah.
oh yeah, man, hardcore. Like, yeah. A lot of improv.
So
I mean, it's fun. It's fun,
yeah.
but it's
At the end of the day, Shoaib, I hope you're taking notes. And no. It's basically what I was gonna say. You can write a children's book about the stories that you come up with.
Oh, it's my god.
Do you know what? I think like you mentioned it the last time we were talking, and yeah, I
'Cause
think it's not a bad idea.
Because then what you can do, even if like it goes nowhere, create a picture book or a children's book, and you can give it to them when they get older, so that they get reminded.
And you can
That's-
also make them part authors.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
but
yeah.
basically, you know what? Go forward, right? It becomes a family story.
That's.
I
so
think
true.
there's a good story there.
Yeah.
It
No,
becomes
that's a good
personal.
idea.
Yeah.
That's so
Oh my gosh,
beautiful.
has someone written a D&D for parents? Because,
Because if they haven't, then you're on your way.
yeah.
And let me send you the characters. So I put it on the chat. So
Holy moly.
they chose them. One is called Jenny. The other one is Lenny. Jenny and Lenny.
Did they choose to make them rhyme?
Yes. So
That's
I mean,
so
like I gave them about like 30 character portraits like to pick from, and they picked these two, and they came up with the names. Like the little one, 3 years old, she's like, I'll go first. I'm like, okay.
Wait, so they both chose a tiefling?
Yeah.
Like their
Basically, yeah.
dad.
I know. Look, it runs in the family, I guess.
That's amazing. You should. Do they know that you mained like?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, like they saw, Valkos's portrait, which Blue drew, but they got a little scared, so I didn't show them. And I didn't tell them that's me because they got scared of it. But yeah, both of them are tieflings, surprisingly.
So when are you gonna introduce the big bad that will destroy the village and kill Lazy Bear and
Oh yeah, that is coming up for sure, but not right now. I mean, it's when I feel like the little one can take the
the trauma.
the trauma.
On her birthday.
Yeah. No, so basically right now, like it'll be all cutesy and stuff, and then when they get to that age when they're like, playing like video games and stuff where they kill stuff, I'm like, all right, now they're ready. Let's burn the village down. Let's have like Mrs. Rabbit get kidnapped, and then Mr. Lazy Bear dies fighting, blah blah blah, and then they will have to, protect.
There's the DM.
That is awesome and dark as hell and therapy-inducing when you're older.
But you need catharsis, so you resolve it as well.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, I kind of have it scoped out a little bit, but yeah, like I haven't thought about the trauma that will be that I'll have to pay for. Therapy sessions.
But that's awesome. I thought that was awesome when I heard you doing this. So that's cool.
And they want to play every day, So I mean, we got through 6, and they keep asking every night, but I've been stalling because they want to interact with characters, and I want to be like ready. I just don't want to create an active bear out of the blue. So I want to have like
You don't want to
proper
create exercise bear.
exercise bear. Yeah. So yeah, like Look, I want to do some homework first. But yeah. Oh, and these are the coins that I got them. I mean, I think I sent them to you, but hold on. You know what? I mean, actual like metal
Whoa.
coins. And this is a leather pouch, and it's so good. It's so high quality. It's crazy. And $18 for 50 coins,
What? Where on Etsy?
including pouch on Amazon.
Hmm.
And it's super high quality. Like you can actually smell the leather.
What can they exchange those coins for?
And yes, pretty soon there'll be another animal-inspired NPC coming in who will be selling them some magical trinkets, which they can spend a coin, and that's how I'll teach them how to spend actual money.
Yeah.
Aw.
Remind everyone like how old is Sherazad and
Yeah, Sherazad is 6 years old, and the little one is Ainur is 3.
Wow. They're gonna be so mature.
Or they're just gonna be like little nerds.
The best.
Yeah, man. No, like it's good stuff, and I'm just thanking Blue. I'm like, man, like he introduced me to good world, and hopefully they won't be like like murder hobos, but I'm okay with that. It comes to the territory.
No. What will happen is they will have a higher standard when it comes to role playing. They would be snobs, RPG snobs. Like that's not how you do that. Go in character. Come on.
They're actually trying. They have started, like, even though it's only been 6 sessions, they have started to correct me. They say things like, "Wait, but last time we played a picking game, you said to use a D4 die. Why are we using a D20 now?" I'm like, just because I said so. And they're like, nope. Like, you're going against your
Your rules.
yeah. But anyway,
You're not being a consistent DM. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
yeah. I gotta catch it ahead of time. Anyway.
That's not how Raise the Dead works, Dad.
Yeah. Dad, look, if you look at section 4, line number 3.
It says you must see the target.
Yeah, 1 second.
Oh.
Yeah, no, like I'm planning on like buying those like D&D books too, so that when we not level up, how should I say this? When they graduate to the next level, where they can actually do the actual like the D&D stuff instead of just simple quests, then I can tend to hand them the player's handbook and say, read the rules, learn it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Start your own school.
No, definitely not. No, just like a
Shoab's Adventuring Academy.
No, Shoab's Adventurers Guild.
oh my god, no.
It's the SAG. Yeah, your own SAG.
Yeah. No, but no, like I just wanted to share with you guys. So, thanks for listening in.
Absolutely. And I think I totally want to hear how their adventures keep going, and especially when you drop the bomb and raise the village to the ground.
Yes. I so want to do it like quick, but no, like I want to set the stage. I want them to be so invested in it, and it's like live the life there, and then boom,
Take it away.
gone.
And, like, it'd also be cool if when you do it, it coincides with some neurodevelopmental like they have to learn how to deal with grief and loss type thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And their own anger. It'd be so cool. Oh my god, this is such a cool idea. Oh my
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Yeah,
No.
this is definitely not going to go wrong at all.
This is a case study of
This is a case
child
study.
development and
Why nerds shouldn't have kids.
I'm not even kidding. Like, the researcher part of me is intrigued, and it's just like, I wonder if we could do a study on child development in D&D.
it is the behavior. Yeah, you kind of like give them. I think the freedom of choice in D&D allows, especially kids, right, to develop like the cause and effect and consequences of actions. I think it's a good exercise.
Absolutely, it's
As
a
long as
microcosm of life. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, and that reminds me. I think I told Blue, but not the rest of you. So, on the third or fourth session, they were, that's when the metalist Mr. Lazy Bear, and they had to help him fish, from the local
Oh, right,
river.
right.
And so, okay, so sorry, like I'm taking too much time, but um, so they had to roll a dice, like to see if they actually caught something, and then I rolled something on my end. If they caught something, whether it was a fish or it was a boot or a shoe, you know. And the first time that they pulled something, it was a boot, and they were like, "What the?" And they're laughing their heads off. And then as it kept going on, they were getting more boots than shoes. More boots than fishes. So the older one started to put the boots on Mr. Lazy Bear as he was sleeping, like on his hands and his legs and his head. Just so it was funny, right? And the little one didn't say anything. Aino was just quiet, and she was just, okay. Now I'm gonna roll my next die and so on. But after like maybe the eighth shoe on like a sleeping Mr. Bear, the little one comes up to me, and she's like, since I'm playing like Mr. Bear as well, she goes and she says, "I'm taking the boot out of your hand. I'm taking the boot out of your hand. I don't want boots on Mr. Lazy Bear." And then she goes and sits down. And I'm stunned. I'm like she actually felt like
Bad.
it was
Mhm.
yeah, exactly. She felt bad for Mr. Lazy Bear being humiliated, like that. So I was like, damn, man, that's pretty good. So I'm like, inspiration dice for sure, but also a special place in my heart.
The one who took the boots off, is she the one on the right in the picture?
She's the one on the left.
Okay.
The younger one.
So
Yeah.
so the younger one picked the more grown up looking character with the horns,
That's what I was
and the
watching.
older one picked more like the like a more like a human type face. And like my wife told me, like I showed her like all of the like the pictures, and then she's like, oh, because I wanted her to make sure I don't scare them. So so she was okay with most of them. She like removed a few, which I also thought was a little too much, but I just wanted to add it in there. I wanted them to pick those. But anyway, so the holy crap, I forgot my train of thought. I lost it.
Picking characters.
Boots? Okay.
Boots,
Characters. Selection characters. What they look like.
selection, the older one, the young one. Crap. No, anyway. Oh yeah, yes. So basically, the young. Oh yeah, sorry. Like my wife said, you'll see Ainur, who's the younger one, would pick a character who is more like animal-like, and the older one will pick one which is more human-like. I'm like, okay, let's see, and spot on.
Wow.
Is that because that's her personality, or does she know
No,
something about the child development?
no, I doubt she knows anything about child development, but maybe she does. But I think it's more because of for the type of TV shows they watch. Um, the younger one is more into those, like Eleanor Wonders Why. I don't know if you guys know, but it's like a rabbit and all of those. Yeah, so it's more animal, like
Like Zootopia type.
characters. Yeah, exactly, like a Zootopia type. And the other one like watches more, a little bit more mature, or for her, it's a little bit more mature, like Fancy Nancy and all of those other ones. But anyway, sorry, took a lot of your time, but
No, that was
yeah.
cool. We had our own like show of story time.
Story. I mean, like I was telling Blue, like I have a whole plan. Like I want to get them these, these little spell books where I can give them spells and they can put it in the books and they can actually open it up. I found some really cool ones which are like really small. So, like each of the index cards which Blue used to give us, it's basically a one page just fits one. So it's like a flip kind of book almost.
Mm.
And it's really small and it's so good. Like it's like leather all over, and I'm like, you know what? I really want to, get them that. Because now they'll have like a pouch and they'll have their dice, and then eventually, I got 2 of these so that I can, when they have a lot of coins like to carry on, I'll give them these, and so they'll have like a actual coin pouch and a dice pouch, and then they'll have the spell book, which will be an actual like, kind of like a spell book. But anyway, it's like my, like a 5-year plan I got.
No, I mean tactile props. I think adds a lot of character to a story, and that's the reason why I had those binders created for you guys, and the contracts we print out, and the prophecies on papers, and you find them. It just adds a different thing. It's of something you just remember. It's like, oh, I recall touching it. I recall seeing it with my own eyes and putting it. I think what you're doing actually creates like memories as well, right? And adds to the world building really, because you associate something directly with the story. So yeah.
It feels like you're building their adventurer's pouch too. So when they finally ready to go beyond the village,
Yeah.
they have all their stuff.
Yeah. And don't tell them like there's another character who's gonna teach them how to shoot. So I think Corsair should like it, because in Saphira, it's all about like like a bow and arrow. So there's a Miss Tiger who is gonna give them the first crossbow and a bow, and then because I want them to learn about that hit and like the damage dice and all. So no hitting real things, but I have a map where they go on an archery range, and she's like, you need to learn how to protect yourself, and she hands him a crossbow and like a short bow, and then I'll roll for initiative like to see which one gets first, like dibs, and so that'll be the first weapon, and then it's an archery range, so they'll fire at like dummy targets, and that is when I'll get them the book and give them the first card for the first weapon. So so that's my plan. So we'll see how it goes.
I'm imagining now a scene where Saphira was teaching Mabel how to fight.
Yes.
During the travel, because she was her idols, like elven lady.
And this is how you sneak up on a man and slit his throat. Oh, I see.
Hey, she helped raise her little brother. She knows what's age appropriate, relatively.
Oh, what if she's fighting for the cult? Ooh.
Come on, Mabel.
Yeah,
Sweet old Mabel.
Yeah, sweet little Mabel. Anyway, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the I'm trying to think of a cool experimental name for what Shoaib is doing. Like those experiments, that the child experiments that they used to do.
God.
Not the Nuremberg, but
Yeah.
I was gonna say I was gonna refer to an anime, but I don't think anyone has seen it. Nelson only saw a few of them.
Which?
Monster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I don't think you finished it, but it has something like that. That's what reminded me of it.
I see.
But yeah.
One last thing.
Yeah.
Let me see if they are asleep. I just want to show you something. I got them.
He's so proud.
He should
Baby
be.
Dunge. What's a name?
And so while I was talking about anime, I just saw the latest movie of Violet Evergarden.
Oh, how is
I
it?
think it was pretty good. I'll rate about maybe an 8 out of 10.
Wow.
Yes, I think it kept with the overall character of the world.
So it was a sequel then.
It's an ending.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Yeah. It closes the story.
It actually resolves the. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, as vague as I can be, it's the end of the story. I have it if you want. Oh, it's in Netflix, but
Have you watched any of that Platinum End?
Not yet, because I heard there are mixed reviews on it. But I've heard about it. I haven't given it a chance yet.
I've only watched one episode, and I can already see that it's a little wonky.
Oh.
Like some of the motivation of what they're going for. I don't get, and I understand it's like they're not really working from Christian mythology or whatever, but it's weird.
Um, I am catching up on. I'm still watching, rather not catching up. 86. It's apropos because I watch it before our session because it's
Yeah, Sarah and I we haven't caught up with the new season.
it's been delayed.
There's a new season?
Yeah, the second
I've
season. It's
been
the current
not
current
telling-
season.
Sorry, Sarah, I did not tell you because we're still watching Naruto. But yes,
Okay,
Naruto.
so you
Okay.
are
watching
Watch the
Naruto.
Naruto first, because I know it's just gonna fucking destroy me.
but so you are watching 86. What episode are you guys on?
when that break happened, that's when we stopped.
When
So,
the
right-
break?
Oh,
There was a little break, when if anyone wants to watch it, when the screen goes dark, how about that? The screen gets and no longer communication. That's the last thing we saw.
What episode is that?
That's like 12 or 13, I think.
Is that at the end? Season 1?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's the end of season 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first half. Yeah. So that was heavy, right?
Well, my question was,
okay.
how is there going to be a season 2? Which clearly there is.
You'll see.
Say
have some idea.
much more.
No, that's what I'm saying.
'cause-
You'll see. It made sense. But I'm using the atmosphere to kind of like drive when I'm working on our campaign because you guys are in a big battle. So I was like taking inspirations from like some of the things that are happening. So it's like, especially the last one, I was like, whoa! I just hope they keep the quality. So it's been good so far. It's been terrific. So
All right, show. What did you?
yeah. Show it. Yeah, you're back.
Yeah. So I took them to Barnes and Noble like last week, and I had them pick the first journal.
Oh.
I mean, like, the little one doesn't write, but I just have her scribble in it. But the older one takes, I have her like write down how many carrots they picked, how many shoes they found, and how many so on. So this is their first journal.
Oh.
Oh my
This
goodness.
is so pretty.
You know
Have
what?
good tape.
I love the fact that you're teaching them how to take notes in a campaign show. That's why you're my best student.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I first showed them like the leather bound ones because I was like, oh man, like if I were to get one, I would have gotten this one, and they just went straight for the colorful ones, the peacocks and all of that stuff, and I'm like, I'm not gonna stop you. But I mean, like it turned out great, and they've been using it, just scribbling in there or just like writing like numbers, but But anyway, just wanted to show
You should do before one of your campaigns you plan it, just like write clues in there that they didn't write. So that said, hey, you should review your journal. There might be some secret messages.
I like that. That's
Yeah,
good.
they just suddenly appeared in there, while they're asleep. Just write it down. So they're like, oh, how did it get there? I don't know. That's the mystery. We have to solve it.
I mean, like I went to grab these, and the older one like opened eyes, and she's like, "Why do you need my journal?" I'll go back to sleep.
It is 10 o'clock. She should be asleep. Yeah.
I know.
Oh, she passed her perception check.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Oh, that's
Good
cool.
times.
So now you can also hold that over their heads. Like, oh, you're not getting your journal back unless you finish your chores.
I mean, I can do that.
Again, depends on what you're experimenting on, Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to keep
I'm
your
getting-
own journal so you can publish your results.
They do ask for like inspiration
Inspiration.
dice like, randomly. I'm like, no, I'm not giving you one every day. That's a lot.
Oh, is that why you were asking if I can give Jeff an inspiration today, huh? You think your kid's strategy works on me?
It's worth a shot, I'd say.
Because it works on you.
It definitely works on me. Like I succumb, to their please.
So, cool. That's fun. Thanks for sharing, Show.
Yeah.
No, thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
that's fun. And yeah, I'm pretty sure when the kids grow up, it's gonna be one of the memorable times with their dad, you know. So that's also
I
very
hope so.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Until you kill lazy bears, like I hate dad.
Yeah, I know. No, the dice. I did it.
You rolled the dice. Actually.
I mean, like I'll pull a blue and be like, oh, no. It's the dice gods who make the call. So.
Cut to a therapy session years later, and then he tried to blame it on the dice.
Funny.
So, Dad, let me see if I still love you or I hate you. I'm gonna roll a dice. Oh.
Crazy. That'd be funny. I mean, like I do have them roll when they can't like decide who has to go to the bath first. So a roll initiative, and they actually go in and they grab the little pouches, and then they're like, okay, D20. So it's spilling out of the game.
But you're giving them illusion of choice. They're gonna end up taking a bath. It's just a matter of who goes first on initiative. It's not a no anymore. It's a win.
It is. It is. But anyway, I mean, like it's a lot of fun. Just seeing them. Like, I mean, like, I've learned so much about their personalities just seeing how they play. And I can only imagine how Blue feels watching us play. He's like, oh, okay.
You've DM'd before. Nielsen's DM'd before. I'm pretty sure you can tell.
No, but hold on. For how many sessions? I mean, at least I've been in. This was my 50th session and a 76 for Nielsen.
Nielsen and Jeff, I guess.
And Jeff, yeah. So after 76 sessions, I mean, Jeff knows us inside and out. Sorry. Blue knows us inside and out.
I don't know. You guys still surprise me. You guys have evolved. You got a long way from when you first started your characters. They've been more consistent, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. But, hey. Are you your characters or your characters you? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I blame COVID.
I blame the dice.
Even though we didn't roll any. But, cool.
By the way, on an off topic, do you guys enjoy astronomy? Like any?
Astronomy as in stars?
Yeah, stargazing, planets.
Yeah, it's not like, Max and I own our own telescopes and do astrophotography. Or attempt to, anyway.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Why?
I got a telescope too, so just.
Oh, what type of telescope do you have?
It's an AD10.
Is that a reflective?
A Dobsonian.
Oh, Dobsonian. Okay, that's good for taking pictures. Here, let me. I have a Celestron. It's kind of old now. It's a Newtonian. Is that what it is? Wow, I kind of forgot what they're called now. But well, yeah. I did it before. Why?
You gotta upgrade and keep up with those stars. Old technology just can't capture them anymore.
Let me find it here.
Yeah, first time I use it, oh my god, it's like just looking at the moon, you're like, did it really look that pretty? That's crazy.
Yeah, especially what's the magnification on it that you have?
Man. I don't recall. I have to go check it, but it's a standard one, I think.
Right.
I mean, I have two. One is like a wide angle one. This other, I don't even know like all of the terms. Like I'm still learning, but I got to see. I spent like 3 nights on it, and I got to see the moon. Jupiter was amazing to see.
Yeah, Jupiter and its 4 moons. Usually you can see 4 moons.
God, isn't that crazy?
And Saturn. Those
And
are the
Saturn,
ones.
yes, Saturn is lovely, and I got to see Venus too. It was awesome. Like, I can't even imagine that you can actually see it with your eyes. Like, I mean, with your eyes meaning through a telescope, but it's like right there. It's so crazy.
Oh, here's a better picture of my telescope.
Did he just? Oh, you're showing the telescope.
Yeah, the
I
second
thought
one.
you were just sending us a picture of you.
No, the second one is the close up of the telescope.
Okay, let's see. It's
And-
saying this content isn't available right now.
What?
What?
I
Oh,
can
hold
see
on.
it.
Oh yeah, so maybe I have to log in. I hate logging in. Bah.
Here, let me do it this way instead. So let me
Oh,
just.
cool. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so you don't have to.
And did you say you are into astrophotography as well?
Yeah, I was gonna show you
That's
window
crazy.
capture. Or used to anyway. Okay, here we go. Because I haven't been doing it for quite a while. Can you... Oh wait, I'm doing it in OBS. I wanted to do that in Discord instead. Hold on a second. Forgot how to share. Oh, here we go.
Nilsson uploaded. Ooh, look at that.
There you go. Can you see it now?
One sec.
So that's there.
What stream? Yeah.
Okay, so... Nope, that's the old one. That's the reflective I had. So,
Whoa! Holy crap! Look at that nebula. That looked pretty cool.
So yeah, this one's my Newtonian CSG Celestron. With it has a motor mount, so it follows the axis, so you can just leave it pointed. That's Jupiter.
Yeah. Wow.
That's M32. That's the Orion's belt and the closest nebula. That's the moon.
That's what the moon looks like.
This was Scorpio, I think. Wait, that was me and U camping. Oh, this was Scorpio, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there it is. That's the scorpion. There's the arms. That's the tail.
Nice.
Shooting star, star trails, more star trails, Milky Way. Closer of a
Holy
Milky Way, kind of blurry. Oh, star trails. And Max when he was young. Kelsey.
That's what.
And that's the Game of Thrones board anyway.
Find Kelsey in the back. Oh my god.
Anyway, yeah, so
Nice.
Max got into it as well. I think he is more invested in it more recently because it's something he got into. Last time we went camping, he did it more than I did. But yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know.
Yeah, no, for sure. I have tons, but yeah, I'll reach out. Reach out for sure.
Yeah.
No,
So-
but it's pretty amazing, just to see them. Like the planets, especially like, the first time I saw Jupiter, I was like, is that a blemish on my on my mirror or something? It looks so unreal, man. Like
You're
like a
actually
little
looking at a
thing.
planet. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard though. Astrophotography is hard to get clear pictures, but it takes a lot of time and practice and a lot of shots which you have to do post-processing on.
Oh wow.
So, which is why I kind of like get lazy and end up not doing it. But the moon, you can actually take a picture with a regular telescope, and it's very clear and nice. I have, yeah, you can see.
Yeah, like I did a few as well, and yeah, I mean, like it didn't come out good at all, but just seeing it, like it almost hurts the eye, so like I had to put on the
Filter.
the moon filter. Yeah,
Mhm.
but no, man, it was amazing. I hope to do it more often, like if I get time at night.
You're doing it just from your place?
Yeah. Like right now, just my place. Like I don't have, time to go out to like a Joshua
Yeah.
tree in a national forest or whatever. But
Yeah.
one day. Oh, that's the best I could take. Let me see if I can. I don't know if it's visible, but no, it's not visible that much.
Yeah, it's the moon. Yeah.
Yeah, the moon. I know. Anyway,
So
cool. All right, now I'll reach out to you, Blue, for questions. I'm planning to get like an actual scope which has a USB which I can attach to my laptop. Because my girls are having a hard time looking through the small scope. So I wanted it so that I can connect it to the laptop, so I can just.
you can actually have a eyepiece holder for a phone, and use the phone.
I tried those. I tried it. It
doesn't-
didn't work. It was disaster. Yeah.
Okay, it also depends on the lens, but okay.
Yeah. So I plan to get
okay.
those actual, scopes which actually have that a digital scope, basically. I think it's called or something.
Cool.
Anyway.
So, all right. It feels just so early.
No, it doesn't.
We had so much time for more than the tip.
At this point, you might already have been in the tunnels,
Yep.
right? At this point, you could have been in the tunnels. Even with 2 fights. No, I'm kidding. 1 fight would take forever. I dread the fact. I hope you guys don't have to fight the first 2 phases, because I dread the fact of like it's going to be flat, and I'm just like, this is one of the reasons why I keep saying, Jeff, I'm not giving you flying items yet, because I don't want to handle angles and flying XYZ axis and stuff like that. It's like, oh, how high am I? That's the case. We're just gonna do theater of the mind. Whatever, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live, like I said. Yes, we'll learn together. So, hey, I might just get a 3D map ready at that point. We'll know. We'll find out.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, yeah. Let's leave it at that. Okay. So anyway, if no one else has anything else, we can just wrap it up and keep in contact and see when the next schedule is. All right. But hopefully by at least not past Saturday. But I guess again, holidays are getting closer, so I know people get busy and may have to go out of town and whatever. So, and then I think on the 12th we have the Aris thing. That's a Sunday though, so that's fine. So, okay. All right, guys. Thanks for joining last minute and staying longer. Until next time. What did they say? Is it Thursday yet?
Everybody.
Okay, bye.